Okay, friends, we are on page 6 in the jacket packet. On page 6 on the jacket packet. Now we're practicing the strategy of restating using the words in the question in your answer. Okay, Phil thinks Daniel stole his jacket. Turned out to be a misunderstanding. However, Phil accused Daniel of stealing, which can be very hurtful. Have you ever had a misunderstanding and hurt someone's feelings or accused them of something they did not do? Explain. How did you feel afterwards? Okay, so the words that we need to use that are in this question is have you ever had a misunderstanding and hurt someone's feelings? And then we also need to use how did you feel afterwards? Okay, so I have had a misunderstanding and hurt someone's feelings by not listening to them and jumping to conclusions. I felt afterwards sad and like I wanted to fix the mistake. Okay? All right, now we're on page 7, and this says after part 2, friends with everybody. Now, friends, remember you can always pause the video if you want to, if you're writing or trying to get caught up. You can always pause the video. Okay, remember our strategy is to restate, use the words in the question in your answer. Reflect or connect. And instinctively, Phil knew that his being white and Daniel's being black was a part of this, maybe a big part. Do you think the difference in their skin color was a factor in the jacket misunderstanding? Explain your thinking. Okay, so the words we need to use in our answer is directly from the question. You think the differences in the skin color was a factor in the jacket misunderstanding. Okay, so I think the differences in their skin color was a factor in the jacket misunderstanding because it is easy to judge someone who is different than myself. Okay, this next part says figurative language. So what we're going to do for this one is you need to go watch the video for figurative language because I need to explain all of these to you. Okay? And just so you know, it is a simile. Okay? But you need to go watch that video so you understand what that is. Okay, page 8. Question. And you can answer that multiple choice question on your own. Okay, here it is. Read to clarify. Why does Phil believe Daniel offered him a quarter to buy ice cream at lunch? So the words in the question we're going to put in our answer. Okay. Phil believed Daniel offered him a quarter to buy ice cream at lunch because he was trying to get back at Phil and to embarrass Phil with a gift. Okay? Parts of speech. He took his tray and walked stiffly to the table where some of his friends were sitting. Which part of speech is stiffly as used above? It's an adverb. An adverb is a descriptive word that describes a verb or an adjective, and it usually ends in an ly. Now we haven't got to adverbs yet, but no worries, it's coming, my friends. Okay, the next one is, again, we're practicing restating from the question. How do you think Phil felt when he saw Daniel outside in the cold without a jacket? So we use the words from the question to answer this question. Phil felt when he saw Daniel outside in the cold without a jacket, upset because he knew the jacket was still in the principal's office. Okay? All right, now remember, you can pause the video if you need to. Okay? All right, now this is page 9. After part 3, close to home, read to clarify. Phil felt like he'd never seen this part of the city before. Phil often walks home from basketball practice, but today he notices something he has never previously noticed. What does Phil notice? Okay, we're going to use the words in the question to answer this question. Why do you think this day is first time he noticed this? Phil noticed everywhere he looked, he only saw white people. There is no diversity or different people in his neighborhood. He noticed this because it is in his mind that he may be prejudiced. Okay? Cause and effect. Fill in the cause. Okay, so you have to read the effect first. Effect was Phil began to run. He ran directly home. Okay, so what caused him to run directly home? Phil saw his reflection in the window, and he saw a white kid who looked like he belonged in the neighborhood. He was upset with himself for thinking he belonged here because he's white. Okay, all right, page 10. Synonyms and antonyms. Okay, also we're going to learn about that in the other video called figurative language. You'll find that on my webpage, so you'll need to go look at that. Okay, so you understand what that is. Okay, all right, reflect. Why did Phil's mother give the jacket to Lucy? Okay, I'm going to let you do your multiple choice questions on your own. Vocabulary. Define the vocab words using context clues or the dictionary. His mom looked at him sternly. Sternly means rigid or strict and uncompromising. How come you never told us I was prejudiced? An unfounded hatred, fear, or mistrust of a person or group, especially one of a particular religion, ethnicity, or nationality. Okay? Okay. Again, we're going to use the question, the words in the question in our answer. I'm prejudiced. I am. You never told me. What is one reason Phil thinks he's prejudiced? Okay, we're going to use Phil thinks he's prejudiced in my answer. Phil thinks he's prejudiced because he saw two black ladies in front of the bakery and thought to himself, they don't belong here. Okay? Maybe it's because you're prejudiced too, like me, and you don't know it. What is one reason Phil thinks his mother might be prejudiced? Phil thinks his mother might be prejudiced because his mother does not have any close friends that are black. From what you know about Phil, would you consider Phil as prejudiced? Why or why not? I consider Phil not prejudiced because he is not showing hatred, but realizing there are issues in his life that he is questioning. Okay, page 12. Again, there's a PDF of my notes on my webpage. So this is really, you're just listening, I guess. Cause and effect. Okay, we have to read the effect first. Phil initially brought a lunch bag to school. Why did he bring a lunch bag to school? Phil did not want to stand in the lunch line. He didn't want to give Daniel a chance to embarrass him again. Okay, figurative language. Again, we're going to do this in the other video. Okay, and also my answer. You can see. Okay, so inferring, Daniel was on the absence list. How did Phil feel when he saw Daniel's name on the absent list? Explain your answer. When Phil saw Daniel's name on the absent list, Phil felt worried. He was worried Daniel is sick from not wearing the jacket and it was his fault. Okay, last page. Read to clarify, page 13. What are 4 ways Phil tried to avoid looking at the jacket as he walked past the office? He looked down to count his footsteps, pretended the office was not there, studied the pattern of the kid's shirt, cut through the auditorium. Okay, we're going to use the question. Why do you think Phil took the jacket from the office? What do you think he is going to do with the jacket? Explain your prediction. Phil took the jacket from the office because he knew who it belonged to, and what he did with the jacket was return it to Daniel. Phil has not stopped thinking about Daniel since the incident. Do you think Daniel is constantly thinking of Phil? Why or why not? I think Daniel is constantly thinking of Phil because he was so angry when he realized Phil had owned the jacket. Okay? Now, friends, remember to kiss your brain, and we're just going to keep working through all this. Don't forget to go look at the figurative language video. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.